Batman is dead. It is now up to the Batman family, Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin, to protect Gotham City, bring hope to its citizens, discipline to its cops, and fear to its criminals. You must evolve into the new Dark Knight and save Gotham from chaos. Your legacy begins now. Step into the night. Gotham Knights was first announced over 2 years ago, and it received a large amount of negative predictions, and lots of people have doubted the quality. This is in part due to the next big superhero game, Marvel's Avengers, which released a few weeks after the original Gotham Knights announcement, being one of the biggest disappointments in gaming over the last 5 years. Because of the Avengers and a few other massive gaming disappointments, there has been a cautious, negative feeling towards the corporatization of superhero games. Over the past 2 years, countless videos and articles have been made doubting the quality of this new Gotham Knights. Some of these videos have been from some pretty big names, and I've linked some of these in the description. So after you watch this video, feel free to watch any of those to finally decide if you really want to buy this game. In this video, I'll be going over what you need to know about Gotham Knights, and if I think it's worth a purchase, as we're getting pretty close to the release date. Around 2 years ago, the Gotham Knights new YouTube channel released the game's announcement trailer. This trailer told us the premise of the game, some basic elements of the story, and the 4 characters we will play as, but the story elements shown were limited and the gameplay and cinematic elements were very vague. Over the past 2 years, the game has changed a lot as seen in newer gameplay, story, and cinematic reveals. For the purposes of this video, I'll be using information and sneak peeks from the past couple months, as there's a lot of contradictions when viewing all of the preview material together. The 4 main protagonists you will be able to play as are Dick Grayson's Nightwing, Barbara Gordon's Batgirl, Tim Drake's Robin, and Jason Todd's Red Hood. Gotham Knights puts a heavy focus on gear, skins, and customization, but from interviews it seems like they really tried to focus on getting a good mix of the 3. Gotham Knights features the biggest version of Gotham yet, so each character will have their own fast travel mechanic. We don't know much about Batgirl and Robin's fast travel besides the fact that all characters can use the Bat-Cycle, but we do know that Nightwing will get to use a glider, while Red Hood will use his controversial mystical leap ability to traverse Gotham. It seems like the Bat-Cycle will also be very customizable and will have many skins, one of which is an exclusive pre-order only skin. Speaking of skins, it was recently announced that there will be 44 total skins in this game. Gotham Knights separates skins, or suits, from gear. Gear only changes your stats, while suits are skins or character styles that can also come with stat boosts. Some elements of suits can be customized, but in order to keep your character from looking silly, you can't mix and match between different suits. For example, you might be able to change where or if there is a logo, if there is a mask, if there are long sleeves, etc. on a suit, but you won't be able to take a Batman Beyond style helmet and stick it onto a Batman Year One suit style. It seems to be a very interesting and complex system, as there are many statistics that go into it such as power, health, armor, damage, range, overall, rarity, level, momentum generation, etc. One thing I would like to note is that Gotham Knights looks incredible, and it is far and away the best looking Batman game of all time. Heavy emphasis on the backgrounds, city, and effects. There is an argument to be made that the Batman himself and his suits looked better in Arkham Knight, but the buildings, architecture, lighting, etc. are all amazing in Gotham Knights. It also seems like they're trying to implement tons of RPG elements, so the game as a whole might actually end up being quite different from the Arkham games. This game will feature many iconic Batman villains, such as the Penguin, Man-Bat, Harley Quinn, Mr. Freeze, Clayface, the Court of Owls, and a couple more. Gotham Knights' combat system is actually a lot more complex than the Arkham games. You may think that each character represents a different playstyle, but with skill trees and momentum abilities, this really isn't the case. Each character has 4 different skill tree paths and many special abilities that can drastically change your playstyle. From what we've seen from gameplay trailers, it seems like all skill tree paths are going to be viable in some way, and it seems fairly balanced. You can go into this game expecting many playstyles to be at your disposal, and that the melee playstyle won't be the only viable one. Gotham Knights will presumably feature many boss battles, and from what we've seen, they look to be pretty decent. We haven't seen much on that front, however, so don't buy this game purely for the boss battles. There will be mostly free DLC, consistently releasing for at least a year after the game's initial release date. This game can be classified as a superhero, open-world, action RPG. The standard edition costs $70 on Xbox and PlayStation, but is only $60 on PC. I've been following this game since launch, and while I have had my doubts, I do think this game is worth a pre-order. At the very least, it's worth keeping in mind, checking up on a few weeks after release, and then making your decision based on what people are saying. I will be making my in-depth review of the game a few weeks after it releases, so subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it.